Here's a chunk of bismuth. Need to get a chunk off this. Oh, that was easy. I waited till turning on the camera to even try that. That took nothing. It's kind of flaky. It's official. There's lead in the lead pot right now. So we're gonna fill up a jig mold with some lead. I'll be casting these for today's video, but we're not just gonna do lead. We'll be doing bismuth as well. We're gonna do the comparison. Is bismuth a good substitute for lead? Because if it is, maybe I'll be able to increase my overall health by not using lead anymore. That is genuinely my hope. I kind of also have the intention of incorporating tungsten, even though it's way more expensive. Bismuth is like 3 times the price of lead per pound. Tungsten's, I don't even know. A pound of tungsten? 1 pound of pure 99.9% tungsten powder is 80, and an engraved 1 pound tungsten bar is 125. So tungsten's substantially more. That's usually the price for a pound of lead, and that's what I paid for my pound of bismuth. It's why everybody uses lead. But lead's not good for you. Like, that was cheap right there. Just made this jig head on the cheap. Like that, I did the calculations, that was 13 cents of lead, and I bought that pack of 100 hooks. These are Eagle Claw hooks. So add 8 cents to that, 21 cents jig head right there. That's just about store-bought. You know, you think too much about these prices and it just stresses you out, because all you're realizing is how much you pay for fishing stuff. Let's just compare the bismuth to the lead. Let's see if it works. Let's make some bismuth baits. I'm gonna try to make 2 baits exactly the same. One has bismuth, one has lead. I'm gonna whip right through this. Let's get to the comparison. Decided to make another bigger one on a whim. I don't know, I just want to fill that shape with bismuth. I know this is a good shape, and I want to put bismuth in it. Okay, I can't accidentally make the mistake of filling all of these up with lead. It's about the only thing that would ruin this video. There's like 7 drops. 1 with lead. There we go. Now these 2 need bismuth in them, and I need to drain this lead pot. I've never actually purposely drained a lead pot. I've been looking around the shop for something to do that with. I don't have like a metal cup. I'd be a bit concerned. I don't feel confident using this glass one. Maybe line it with aluminum foil. All right, we'll use a thicker one. A Pyrex lined with aluminum foil. That's what we're using. All right, there was not that much in there. The rest is like slag. I think I gotta scoop out with a spoon. So I can say with certainty that the Lee Lead Pot Company does not recommend you do this, in case you're wondering. But we gotta get that out of there. I don't want some excess lead tainting my experiment here. This feels so naughty. That is all of it. A little lead barbecue right there. So this lead pot's really hot right now. Nothing in it. Let's drop some bismuth in there, see what happens. Is anything happening? Let me go get a light. Is it melting? Oh, oh. That is some melted bismuth right there. So the melting point of bismuth is lower than lead. I don't know why it's seeming like it's taking longer to melt though. Get back to you in a minute. I just pulled the chunk out and laid it down. I just wanted to see what happens. It's definitely colorful. I wonder if this will make colorful jig heads. It's like a holographic vibe, you know? Purples and blues. Before it was about halfway melted. I took it out. Let's keep going. That's it. Liquid bismuth in the pot. About to go into a bait. Ooh. It's almost like it's more liquidy. That was squirting out of there, like water. That's not bad. Feels like it filled out nicely, you know, because it's nice and thin. Let's experience that again on a bigger bait. Whoa, yeah. Whoa. I had to dump some of that out. That came out too fast. Okay, perfect. So it's a little bit more squirrely, a little bit thinner when it's in a liquid form. So now it's time to make a bismuth jig head. So we can have lead one right here, compare it with the bismuth one. This is a 5/32 ounce. It's already cold. 10 seconds later. Bismuth. That mold was not as hot, and it seems like it filled out even better. It's just a little bit more glossy. The bismuth one has the sprue on it. Might not be able to really see any differences. In real life, it looks just a little bit more glossy. How does it snip? It's a little bit more hard. It pops off of there. It doesn't mush, you know? It's crispy. This is bismuth, lead. Just a little bit more hard. That's the lead one. I made the exact same style and size lips. Doing something I've never done. I'm gonna try to seal these things with UV coat. I covered it and then I wiped it off, so you know it's like in the wood grain, and now I'm gonna go out in the sun. While out in the sun, I saw a spot that I might have missed, but it seems to be working well. That thing looks great out there. I'm gonna get these other two done. This might be the only paint that goes on these things. A little bit of black on the top, doing something different for the rest. I'm starting to think that there's potential for this to be a one day, and I never yelled it at the beginning. One day! One day! I did it twice for you there, so you make up for the last video. And then I got some UV resin. That's gonna go over, slap an eye on there, clear coat it one more time, and that'll be what's up. Look at how dramatic that hollow shift powder is on the back. We can tell that it's a lead one because it's actually covered. The bismuth did this weird expansion thing. I don't think I told you. So you can actually see the bismuth on the bismuth one. The lead one's covered. That's how we know which one's which. Even gave it a plain eye. We're isolating factors, man. Which one's gonna catch more, bismuth or lead? Which one will have a more tantalizing action? Speaking of action, I'm gonna get the last clear coat on these and meet you at the test tank. Look who landed on my bait. I think it's stuck. Ow. Okay, little ultralight jerk bait. Lead in the belly. This is the control. Let's see. Did I make a bait that even works? Hopefully. Maybe it won't work with the lead and it will with the bismuth. It's a floater. And it's a little twitch bait. It's a twitchy little guy. How's the bismuth? How is it? Okay, I don't know if it's how I made the bait, but this one's snappier. Maybe it's because it is more buoyant and there's less forces pulling it down. Maybe bismuth is preferable on smaller baits, because that's a big difference. The lip angle's the same, it's out of the same piece of wood, the shape of the bait's exactly the same. But that's better. That is truly better. There's a big difference. Okay. Whether or not it catches more fish, we'll see. I know it's not the fanciest bait I've ever made, but that's something is satisfying about that. Bismuth. Oh my goodness, it's a wake bait. Could we get some topwater action today? So I feel like with this bigger bait, it would have preferred some lead to actually get down there and have some stability. It's very snappy, as you can see. That's an Action City wake bait, no doubt. But I've made this style bait in the past with lead, and there's just more weight in the belly, and it works fantastic as a little jerk bait too, or a little crank bait, a little whatever kind of bait you want to make it. But that was a standard volume of lead, but instead I replaced it with bismuth, and now it's like even holding the rod tip at the water surface, I can't get it to go down. It's just a wake bait. Almost predictable results, you know, if you do any amount of bait making yourself. A less dense material as your ballast will be a less heavy ballast. But for the nanos, for the ultralight stuff, a lot of the time the lead is overwhelming and you want to put such small quantities in it. And it turned out the less dense material, the bismuth, works better. Good to know. Let's go see if the fish think so. By the way, the jigs have not been forgotten about. The bismuth jig head, the lead jig head. With everybody's favorite soft plastic on there, 3-inch prey bait. Same colors, a little bit of natural pink action. Kind of having my doubts about the wake bait right now, but everything else, let's go make it official. I'm not used to GoPro, and you gotta take the screw out every time you want to get to the battery with this thing, and I forgot the screw. I was gonna say I have super glue. I was gonna glue it, but that's all dried out. Maybe it'll just stay if I'm gentle. Or not. I got some string. Dang. Well, I'm just gonna like have it on there. Hopefully it doesn't fall off into the water. Try to barely move while I fish so you don't fall off. Here we go. We got the little bismuth crank on first. That casts extremely well. Fish on. That was the lightest hit I have ever felt in my life. This might be a crappie. Hooks are small, gotta take it easy. I can't even bend over or else you guys will fall off. It's a bass. It's a bass and it's barely hooked in the rocks. Oh, he came off. I should probably go get the net, shouldn't I? That was on the bismuth. I'm kind of gonna call that official because I couldn't, like I would have been able to get that fish easy if I could have bent over. So I'm gonna go get the net. You guys fell off. I'll just hold on to you. I really don't want to drop you in the water today. There's gotta be like something I can stick in there so you guys at least stay on. I gotta have something. I'm gonna tie you guys to me. Don't worry, I'm doing the triple overhand knot. Okay, oh yeah, that's much better. Genius. All right, I feel normal now. You guys aren't gonna fall off. Oh, the net, duh. Just don't even get it. So that bass made its move in like 4 feet of water. That's cool. Probably aren't hitting top water. I don't think I'm gonna try the wake bait at all. They're not gonna hit top water. That was the lightest bite I've ever felt. So let's continue. See if we can actually touch a fish today. Ooh, such a light hit. Got me going. I made a weird noise. It was in the same spot. Oh, that was a fish. Got him. He came back for it. Good for it. I let my drag loose. I should get my net. Oh, it's official. It's official. A persistent bass. It's official, fellas. Bass like bismuth. Persistent bass, like bismuth. Little ultralight crank. Happy to see it. That was like 20 minutes of fishing. Two's not bad for 20 minutes of fishing this time of the year. Sorry, fellas. Double overhand knot did not hold. I have to go get more string. And it was a triple overhand knot. I can't believe that failed. All right, I just doubled up on everything. That should hold. All right, I'm just gonna try to get one more fish here. Then we'll go home and get our little thing that holds the GoPro correctly. We'll probably go to another spot. There it is. There's my fish. Didn't have to wait for that one. Do I really want to leave? I don't know. Got my net right here. What is that? Is that a crappie? Oh, I snagged the top of a crappie. Popped off because it was a snag. That's why it felt so heavy. I've been getting the lucky snags lately. Had a paddlefish in the last video. There it is. That's what we needed. And the strings were easier. This thing, so hard to screw in. Okay, it's ready. As you can hear, we're on a highway. I'm gonna go under a bridge. All right, not a good choice. While there's still a little bit of sun, we gotta hit up a different spot. Got like 45 minutes of light left. Let's just go for it. Gotta turn into daddy bear mode because it's 30 something out. I think this is gonna be a go see if they're biting type of fishing experience. But we're at the ditch. I say we should give it an hour. I'm fishing with a 3-inch prey bait with a bismuth jig head, so if we can't get one in an hour, they're not biting. Well, at least I didn't leave a piece of lead in the water. It was a piece of non-toxic bismuth. How responsible of me. Kind of feel silly throwing this, but it can't be a 0% chance, you know? There was a fish right there. I wasn't even looking at that. What was it? That gives me a tiny bit of confidence. That was an April 1st topwater. Oh, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that topwater hit? It hit nowhere near the bait, but it hit where the bait landed. April 1st. I just about made bismuth more official. All right, we can get one. My hands are so cold with this aluminum reel. I would love to be able to say that I caught a topwater bass today on a bait weighed with bismuth. Fish on, but it's stuck on a tree. You guys see that? That's a good smallie. Can I get it off? Get out of the tree. It's off the tree. It was on a log. Okay, I'm fighting it now. I gotta keep it out of the sticks. This is epic. Bismuth is so good. A fish just jumped way out there. It's because of the bismuth. It's official. It's official. I just got a topwater bass April 1st. It was hooked so good, top and bottom. That's why it got off the tree and I still had it. Ooh, my heart's going. That was so freaking incredible. It's official. Smallmouth like bismuth. Topwater bismuth. Woo! Woo! Woo-hoo! Excuse me, fellas. I'm very excited right now. Be free. Nice and gently. Takes his freedom gracefully. That's after all that, I hung him up in a tree. I hung him up on a log. His friends started jumping for him. We did it. We made the topwater bismuth wake bait official on April 1st, noon. Can I get another one? Took an hour to get that bite. What in the world? Right at the bank. I don't need the net. Woo! I'm gonna put them in the net though. Talk about an unexpected bite. Did that hook go through your brain? 26 minutes later, it's official again. River largemouth like bismuth. Be free. The fish are warmer than it is out here. They feel kind of nice on the hands to catch actually. Little hand warmers. Unexpected topwater smallmouth is worth the cold. It's official. So let's see, bismuth conclusion. I paid like $100 something for this massive bismuth crystal coming in the mail. It's not gonna get here by the time this video goes out, so. But the thumbnail's probably gonna change and include that. This will just have to do for now. That's pretty crazy stuff. Just a bit lighter than lead. it has its applications. And when dealing with a toxic metal, it's good to take advantage of those applications when you can. You know, I don't want to guarantee what I'll be doing for the future, but I have a feeling it'll involve bougie expensive tungsten stuff paired up with there just being bismuth in the lead pot 24/7. So I can stop worrying about my blood levels and there being lead in them. It'd be nice to never worry about that. What's the half-life of lead inside of blood?
Biological half-life of lead in blood is about 30 days. This means that it takes roughly a month for the body to eliminate half of the lead in the bloodstream. However, lead can accumulate in bones and other tissues where it has a much longer half-life.
You know how, you know. There's some people that say you can touch it and it's fine, it's not gonna go through your skin and into your blood. There's some people that say that it does. Melt it in a lead pot. Just don't get it to its boiling point and you're fine, to where you're evaporating lead into the air. And then there's other people that say that does release a small amount of lead that you're breathing in, even if you don't get it to the boiling point. And they cite their studies on both sides, and you're left just like, I don't know, maybe get the toxic metal away from me is just the best plan of action. That's what I'm doing. I think I'll survive not using lead anymore. Big step in my life right here. We're getting the bismuth pot hot from now on, unless that messes with my ability to make good baits. I think I'll be fine. I'll be fine, fellas. Don't worry about me. Gonna reintroduce the star of the show here. If you were wondering why these baits are so simple compared to all my other stuff, I had to make 3 of them. I got it in my head I want to make this a one day. And it was a successful one day. I forgot to even prove it with my phone after the first fish catch, but it was getting late and I just needed to get these done. 3 baits is quite a bit for a one day. What a wonderful experiment video. It's over. Thanks for watching. What is the next bait? Oh. I'll give you a hint. On to the next bait. Daddy bear mode on a whim.
Woohoo!
Oh, this feels so naughty.
Ooh.
But lead's not good for you. Ow.
Oh, it's because of the bismuth.